fitness enthusiast. I welcome you to yet another exciting episode of the Fitness Lifestyle Podcast. My name is Jane, I'm your host, and joining us today is beautiful Maye. She's going to introduce herself. Please, Maye, could you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yeah, thank you first for hosting me on your podcast.
You're welcome.
And my name is Maye. I'm 28 years old. I'm originally from Morocco. I'm a software engineer, and I mean that's my main profession. And I would like to put a slash next to it and then say like entrepreneur because
Okay.
I have a couple small businesses of my own.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, your podcast is about fitness enthusiast, and I would love to think that I'm a fitness enthusiast. Yes.
You are actually, because I've watched you in the gym and I really love how you do your thing. It's
Oh, thank
amazing.
you. So I think I've loved fitness since I was really young,
Okay.
like from a very young age. And I think it started with my parents putting me in like a taekwondo like center, like
Wow.
gym for just taekwondo since I was like 4 years old. I've been doing it for a couple years
Okay.
until I was like in secondary school.
Wow.
I only stopped because of school. And you know how African parents, when you come to a stage, they were like, school
Yeah,
first.
focus.
So yeah,
Exactly.
I just like, there was no choice. It was just like taekwondo was secondary and then school was first.
first.
And in secondary school, I was in my secondary school like track team.
Okay.
I did couple, I think, competitions.
Wow.
So yeah, I just used to be like, you know, the 100 meters, 60 meters for like teenagers. So that was my field.
Okay.
I think how fit I was back in the days, I wish I'm just like 50% fit now because I used to do a lot. Like I used to go to the track team, like what they call it, training session. And then after that, I'll have taekwondo and I will still have energy and I'll still go and I'll still run and I'll still kick and all of that.
Wow.
Now, if you tell me to do the same, I'll be like,
You'll
no.
not be able to.
Yes. But I think my love for the gym and for exercising in general has been like, it was not new to me.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so as we have heard, she is, she has been fit almost all her life. And then,
Yeah.
she's also an unconventional guest. I'm sure you're used to having instructors, but today we have a typical example of a fitness enthusiast, someone who has been in the gym and doing her thing, because I've watched her dedication. I've watched her coming to the gym every single, is it 3 days a week?
No, I come every day.
Every day, yes, every single day, and
Where
it's
have you
really
been, Jean?
inspiring.
Yeah, for the past year, I've been coming every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what really inspired you, to be coming to the gym on a daily basis? Because it's not easy.
Anyway, so before I used to, like when I think in uni, it was really hard for me to go to the gym because of school and everything.
Okay.
And I used to subscribe to the gym. I'll be like, because you used to hear like the minimum that you have to go to the gym is like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And you just have like to really work out, and that should be enough. But I used to subscribe and I'll tell myself like I'm gonna go 3 days a week, and I wouldn't. Maybe I'll go once. I had months where I would pay and then I would go maybe like a week in the whole month. And I used to really feel guilty about it because like I am spending money at the end of the day, but I'm not going.
You're not going. It's true.
So actually, that has been my life for all my uni years. And then when after uni I started working, I think I've tried it again, but still it didn't work because I was still new to work and everything, and I still didn't have like the whole balance of like when am I supposed to fit the gym in my schedule.
Okay.
And then after, I'm not gonna call it a bad experience, but I had an experience. So I had a 5 years relationship that had to end, and after that I found myself kind of like gym was my refuge, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So it was a place that I would go to, and then after I come out from that place, I'm feeling way better.
Wow.
So after my breakup, I would go to the gym. At first, it wasn't really it wasn't intentional for me to go every day. But I think after I experienced the feeling that I had,
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should go more. And then I found myself like, I am going every day to the gym.
Wow.
And that, I think that's how I start to have that consistency. So it was when it stopped, then after that, the gym was just like part of my routine. It was not something that I had to force myself to. I'm not gonna lie, we have days where I feel like I don't really want to
don't
go,
want to go,
but
exactly.
it became so much part of my routine that I just have to go.
Wow.
There is
So
no, yeah.
It was like the gym was filling a void.
Yeah, at first it was feeling that void because
Okay.
apparently when you were in a relationship with someone, when you guys break up, there is gonna be a void in your life.
It's true.
And then mentally I was not like okay, I was not really at a good place. I didn't do it for the fitness reason or for me to be physically fit because
Okay.
I did lose pounds after my breakup because mentally I was not okay. I couldn't actually eat. I had insomnia and I couldn't really sleep. So the gym at first came to fill the void that I can really get tired and then I'll just go home, have a bath, like have a shower, and then I'll just sleep because I am exhausted physically.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just it always stayed that mental. I think the only thing that actually kept me sane for as long as I remember is actually going to the gym.
Wow.
So it became like part of me. So it was just normal for me to go to the gym. It wasn't something like, oh wow,
have to
you know what?
struggle.
Yeah. I didn't used to struggle to go to the gym, especially I think for this year.
Yeah.
If you remember, like I come to the gym like in the afternoon, which is like between, like in my lunch break. People from my work, they will go to have
Yes.
lunch.
By 12, is it?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So people will go to lunch, and I'll be coming to
You're
the
coming
gym.
to the gym.
Yes, and then people will be like, "That's a really weird time to go to the gym for someone that is working, like an
Yeah.
8 to 5."
Yeah, yeah.
But for me, it was just like I don't know. It did fit perfectly for me then. Yeah.
Wow. So, do you think the gym is some kind of, should I say, mental harbor where someone can go there and just clear themselves if mentally they are not doing fine, if emotionally they are unstable? Do you think it's a place where someone can go? And,
Of course, because speaking from my experience, it really did help. I don't know what I would have done without the gym. I mean, there are other people when they go through like a bad experience, you'll see them either like, I don't know, drinking or maybe smoking or using any kind of substance to actually numb that feeling that they have. I think I've been lucky enough that that was not my way of dealing with my pain, and I just chose, maybe in a way I chose another pain to kind of cover the pain that I was feeling, but it did work.
It worked
Because also scientifically it is proven that after you actually exercise, there is the hormones like dopamine that actually
release.
produced in
Yes.
like get produced in your body that just helps you like feel
Exactly.
happier, feel
Yes, I mean dopamine is a happy hormone.
exactly. So like you just feel like way lighter. Even my mood changes like 180. I might go to the gym and I'm not really feeling that great, and after the gym you just find me in my car singing.
and
Yes,
happy.
exactly. And I feel like I can do anything after the gym, even though that people will be like, oh, you must be exhausted.
Yeah.
But no, for me, I feel like I'm really in a great mood. So I think for everyone that actually mentally struggling, I was listening to a podcast today and they were like, what is one advice that you can give someone that is mentally struggling? And they said, wear a shoe. Which at first, if you think about it, like, what does he mean by wear a shoe?
Wear a
But he's
shoe.
like, if you wear your shoes, you have to go somewhere. It might not be to the gym.
Yeah.
It might not be to somewhere useful, but at least you're gonna get out of the house. So I think that's my advice to anyone. It might not be the gym. Maybe you start with a walk. You might start with exactly.
Maybe music, anything.
Yeah,
or
anything
maybe
like that.
reading books.
So I feel like for me, and I think from many people's experiences that I've heard, usually the gym really helps. Any form of exercise, I'm not saying actually only the gym, but any form of exercise can actually help.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
I was thankful that I actually had the gym.
Okay, and now, I mean, having that experience, it has now pushed you into something that is beneficial for a lifetime. Because, I mean, you're now okay mentally, emotionally stable, and I mean, everything is, should I say everything now is working well, because when you're in the gym, it's like you're killing two birds with one stone, mentally, and then we're also talking about you being, preserving yourself from sicknesses, let's say chronic diseases. So, I mean, it's a good thing. And then on the other hand, I also wanted to ask, how do you think people should take fitness? Do you think it should be something that they should, the way they take their, let me say, finances seriously, the way they take their academics seriously, do you think they should do the same with fitness?
I mean, that's a very valid question, but I think so. I think so, yeah. Because if you actually have your finances,
Yeah.
and you have, I don't know, whatever aspect of your life that you really take seriously,
Yeah.
and then you're not really caring about your health, if you have your finances in order, for what if you can't actually use them?
Exactly.
Like, if you actually
Yeah.
have all the money in the world, but you
Yes,
are very
yeah,
sick
very
and you're
sick.
in bed, then how are you gonna enjoy it? Health
no way.
is very, like, it should be your top priority. It's
Primary,
either with
yes.
what you eat, what you listen to,
Yeah.
with who you with, every aspect of health. And we're not talking about just the physical one, we're talking about all aspects of
Yes,
health.
yeah.
That should be your priority, and it should go hand in hand with the others. But I feel like it is the top on the list, because if you don't have your health, you're really not going to be able to do nothing.
It's true.
Man, when you just have a fever and you just have like a toothache and you can't really do
can't do
anything, everything
anything.
seems just bad. Even if you
true.
have millions in your account.
It's true.
Like, when there was COVID, no one actually could have done anything.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, you have your finances, you have everything, but I feel like
Your
health
health.
is really, it should be everyone's priority, and it should be, as you said, something that people should really look into. Because if you work out now, maybe let's say you're not working out regularly, or like not consistently, you don't go every day,
Yeah.
but at least you have that in mind, that you go at least 3 days a week. You're having like kind of an investment for the long term. Like,
true.
later on in your life, you're gonna be grateful for actually the exercises that you are doing right now.
It's true.
And then later on, people will be like, they won't be having like leg pain, back pain, and all of that.
And, as we age, people are susceptible to, chronic diseases such as dementia and Alzheimer, all those kind of diseases. But if you are fit, if you are strong, because I've seen people who are gym enthusiasts, and at later stages in their lives, they really appreciate the journey that they started earlier, because they are stronger, they are not aided by people, or their children do not have to dump them in old people's place. They are still strong. So I think it's best to make that decision as early as possible.
Yeah, I mean, just move your body, just do something.
Yeah,
I mean,
it might not be the gym.
Exactly, it might not be the gym, but it should be something. You should just I think there is an app that, or not like a study, like that you should at least have 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
If you just make sure that, okay, you have 10,000 steps a day, then you're already on a good side. You might not be the fittest, but at least you are doing something
You're
to
doing something.
contribute for your health. So long term, you will actually find, I don't know, as you said, there are diseases that you can just prevent if you're actually regularly exercising.
Exactly. Okay, you said something that really, intrigued me. You said after exercising, you'll be in your car and you'll be excited. How has that really impacted your productivity, your work ethics, and everything?
So, the gym has really, I think exercising in general has really helped, because for example, when I'll go back to work, and then after a gym session, I'm already pumped. So I will have a good 1 hour, 2 hours work where I'm actually really focused and I'm really doing my stuff. So while actually, if I'm not gonna go to the gym, I'll just feel all sleepy and all mellow, and I'm what, you just in a space where I don't really want to work, I don't really want to do anything. But after the gym, I just feel as I said, I can do anything. So if I sit on my
you're more energetic.
yeah, exactly, I'm more energetic, and I think I'm already in a good mood. So if already I'm in a good mood, then I'll just feel better about everything. So even if I'm getting a really bad task at work, I'll just do it because I'm already in a good mood.
True.
And then also because when I used to work out at night, it used to help as well, because for as I told you, I'm software engineer / entrepreneurial, so I really do some stuff for myself. So if I actually come back from the gym, I can still see myself doing stuff for me. And then if not, because for example, when you come back from work and you go home, you already have, you feel like your energy is just all of a sudden like going down. And then when you're home, you just like, after eating, you just really don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
But if you actually like, for people that goes to the gym at night, you can still feel yourself like you can do work, you can do stuff. It even helps like with like brainstorming or just like
Yeah,
thinking.
it's true.
So for example, when I'm working out and after I'm working out, like I can see the difference if I'm actually like having a problem or I'm having something that is stressing me out, and then I want to figure a way to solve it after my workout or during my workout sometimes. Because when I'm working out, I really like have a, I'm not gonna say a blank mind, but I'm not really thinking about everything. There are like,
Okay.
you kind of focus on the stuff that you wanna,
Yeah.
so you're like, oh, actually I just got an idea of how I'm gonna solve this or how I'm gonna solve that. So it just helps in
I think
general.
I've had that experience as well. I mean, I think there was a day I was working out, and I think I was doing something before then. I was writing, because I do write blogs, and then I got stuck. It was like bloggers. Is it? I went blank. So as I was doing my workout, I was just, I started musing on what I was writing, and an idea came, and it was amazing because when I wrote it, I was actually surprised. Am I the one that wrote this? Because it was amazing, like it was good.
Yeah.
So you would be surprised. You would be surprised what the gym can do for you. I mean, it really solves a whole lot of things. Okay, so how about sedentary lifestyle? How do you think one can come out of it?
What kind of lifestyle are you talking about?
Sedentary, as in, you're just home, you're just there.
Oh, as I said, wear your shoes. You gotta go somewhere.
Yes,
So, but I mean, I heard something actually in the same podcast, funny enough, and this was not intentional. I was not listening to this podcast to prepare.
Okay.
But it was just saying that action should come before motivation.
Okay.
So you should take the decision that you want to do this. So for example, I want to, let's say, feel better. I want to get out of that state that I'm in, and I don't want to feel this way anymore. And then you choose something to do about it. You might not have the motivation, but you already have that conviction, like you want to change it. And I think, just like as they say, like baby steps. You don't have, for example, for us, I think because of social media and everything, we see people that are already, for example, fit, or they're already having, they'll show you like, oh, I was like this, and then all of a sudden they become really happy and very productive and all of that. But you don't see really the process in between. People really start baby steps. As I said, like just wear your shoes. You might first just go for a walk and just do the 10,000 steps, sorry. And then you'll be like, oh, well, the 10,000 steps was not really bad. Maybe next time you will go for a hike, for example. Because for me, at some point before I went very serious, I think I used to like hikes because it's not really, it might be really tiring, but you are enjoying your journey as you are hiking.
You make it like a hobby. You start something.
Yeah, you
like
start
a hobby.
somewhere, and then you put you might not have a goal at the end, so you might not feel like stressed, because there are some people when they be like, okay, maybe my goal is to go to the gym every day.
Yeah.
If they are really going slow, they find it that it's very unproductive, like they might not really go that far because they have a pace in their head, and they're like, oh well, I'm not really going as fast. But like, just start somewhere, baby steps, and also don't be so hard on yourself. Because if you see someone that is going from A to Z and then they reach what they want, no one actually shares the story to how they got there. And also they don't share the parts where they actually started and they have stopped maybe. Or maybe they went a month without actually going to the gym, or they went a month without actually exercising. Maybe they went a month with going to the gym but not eating healthy. We all have ups and downs, and every journey before you reach where you want, you had setbacks. It's normal. We're human. So if you are someone that's just staying in the house and not really doing anything, as I said, just start with something very small. Just take a walk in the park or something. And then the next, you'll be like, you're going to pick a very further destination that you want to walk to. And then next time you'll be like, oh, maybe I'll just go to the gym and not really do any heavy lifting. I might just go on the treadmill and leave that, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like also I used to have that before. I used to go to the gym, and I will see other people that are in the gym and be like, either you see someone that has already the perfect body, or you will see someone that already knows how to use every machine in the gym,
and that would be a source of
or you see people
inspiration,
with already
exactly.
perfect outfits, perfect
Yeah.
shoes and everything, and they'll be like, well, I don't have that, so I can't be. But I think I came to the conclusion a long time ago, which really helped me, that no one in this life has it all figured out.
Exactly.
Everyone in that gym and everyone in that room has actually something that is going on in their
Yes.
mind, where they are looking, oh, there is that person that has something that I don't have. We all are actually putting on each other our stuff that we have or we don't have. So don't be so hard on yourself, and don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own journey. Everyone is in a race with their own, I'm competing with myself. I'm not competing with you. I'm not competing with anyone. Because before, I used to go to the gym and I would see girls, or how easily they work out, or how easily they use some machines, or how easily they run in the treadmill. And I'm like, I can't do that. But maybe it's not my time to do it yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there someday.
So you were so soft on yourself, like you just
because
wanted
I'm
to
like,
take it
if I
easier.
actually been so hard on myself, I wouldn't have gotten anywhere. You have to give yourself the margin to actually fail, try again, fail, try again until you actually get it. And you need to find your own.
What works for you.
Exactly. Don't follow everyone's journey is different. If it what works for Jane might not work for me, and what works for me might not work for you. Just do what you're comfortable with, but with the mindset that you're gonna keep pushing yourself. So you're not gonna get to that comfort zone where you'll be like, oh well, this is just fine, I think I'm good. So that's it.
That's very true. And also the other thing that really inspires me is that, okay, if this person is able to, come to this milestone, I can also push myself to that. I may not, just like you said, I shouldn't be hard on myself to say, okay, Rome was not built in one day, so I don't know how long that person has been exercising, so I cannot say, okay, I must do it so that I should become that in a year or in 2 years. I just have to set it as a goal to say, okay, I love this person's physique. It's perfect. I love the way they are enthusiastic about their, routine. I would also want to be like that. But I'll start with my baby steps. But someday I'll be there.
Exactly. So I think sometimes looking at other people, it should not be from a point of comparison, as a point of aspiration. Like, I'm looking at your journey, and actually it is inspiring me to do better, and then work on myself to actually maybe reach that goal, maybe reach something higher. But I'm not gonna look at it from a point where I am comparing myself to you, and then because I feel like when you compare to yourself, I feel like you're just gonna be stuck at some point and you'll be like, this is not really working. Because
it's like you're wearing another person's shoes.
Exactly,
not your own.
exactly. So just focus on yourself, and then the race should be between you and yourself from maybe yesterday or the month before, but not someone else. Because circumstances are different, environment is different, everything is different, so you cannot compare. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Okay, let's go to nutrition.
Okay.
So how do you,
I was hoping that we're not gonna discuss this.
Okay. Unfortunately, we are, because I think it's a huge part of, fitness. So how is your diet like?
Okay, so I'm not gonna put myself or just claim myself as the saint, because I'm not. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm some health guru, or no. I think when I had months where I was very serious about what I eat. So I used to watch everything that I eat. It was just like, I would cook it myself. It would just be like salads, or like with some proteins, or like, I watch what I eat. Mainly like, I'm being careful what I put in my body. And then I had a period where I'm freelancing. I'm freestyling.
Whatever you want.
Yes, because I think when it comes, I think I had a period where I had a lot of workload, so it was almost impossible for me to cook.
Okay.
Well, I thought that it was impossible for me to cook, but I think the stress was too much that I couldn't still come home and then stand up and then cook a meal.
I understand. I think
So I used to just like either order. Sometimes most of my orders used to be salads or like bowls, and then it was just like maybe like minced meat or like chicken, and then some veggies, and it was all right. But that doesn't mean that I didn't have times where I'll just be ordering wings and pizza and burgers. Yes. But recently, I picked on really cooking myself.
Okay, wow.
So I make sure that I have a portion of veggies, portions of fruits, portion of...
Do you prep it or you just cook?
There are days where I actually prep it
Okay.
when I have the time, but there are some meals that I don't have to really prep.
Okay.
Because like I can just make it in the spot. For example, if I'm making a chicken wrap with some veggies, that's not really something that I have to prep.
Okay.
But there are some times where I'll be cooking like veggies and chicken. Those I can actually like prep way before, and then I'll just know very well that when I'm gonna come home, I'm just gonna warm it or maybe put it in the microwave and I'm gonna eat it. But I've come to the conclusion, I think recently, that working out alone, you're not gonna see results. Maybe you will see, but it's gonna be very inconsistent. But if you kind of put the workout and what you put in your body, and then you're very careful about what you eat, you're gonna see results.
Yes, I think because most instructors that I've interviewed, they've said I think diet is like 70% of your fitness.
Yeah.
So if you are just exercising and you're not incorporating diet, then it's like, you're one-sided.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because for me, I had one problem, which is like I had a bloated stomach. Like I think, and I also had like a bad metabolism, like a gut. So
How did you fix it?
yeah, so it's mainly food. It's just like what you put in your body.
Wow.
So I remember when I went home, I went and I checked with it's mostly like a therapist, but like mostly for like gut and stuff. So she told me, like, I found out that anything that has to do with milk, I should just forget about it because it's not really good for me and it just gives me problems.
Okay.
And then anything that is like glucides, what's it? Glucides? Yeah. Glucides, like it's just like it's not good for me.
Okay.
So I try my best to not eat I think for milk stuff, I removed it entirely from my food.
Okay.
So maybe anything that if I crave, for example, now coffee, I'll go and be like, I want lactose free because I don't like the whole almond rice milk. I feel like they are just like
So
BS.
it's completely no milk.
Yeah, so completely no milk.
Wow.
I like to eat veggies now more, but I think instead of ordering them, I'll just get them myself and cook them myself and eat them myself. Like, just prepare them for myself so I know exactly what I'm actually preparing.
Exactly.
And then your protein, you need to eat that chicken, meat, fish, whatever. And I think just have it balanced. Don't go to the extreme of actually counting your calories and all of that, because I feel like the whole calories thing is just like BS. And not just me saying, it's actually like scientifics that actually said it's just like BS. So just make sure that you eat everything that you prepare yourself. Keep in mind that you eat organic stuff. We're not talking about processed food and stuff. So for me, when I did that, I start to actually notice changes in my metabolism, and I start to see changes in my stomach as well, because he was not bloated anymore as he used to. So everyone should actually, like, if the fitness is mainly because like they want to lose weight, or I think food is the first thing. It's the first change. And I think if you keep, for example, we all have cravings and we all have stuff that we love that might not be healthy.
Yeah.
But just keep in mind,
once in a while.
yeah, you should just like, it should be a discipline.
It's true.
Because if I want to get to the point where I want, there are certain stuff that I just have to put aside. And then maybe once in a while reward yourself and be like, oh, I'm just gonna eat that ice cream, I'm just gonna eat that pizza, I'm gonna eat that burger, but it shouldn't be a daily thing. No.
It's true. Okay, so when it comes to mental health, do you think, because I actually listened to a podcast that there was this man who said that food also plays a role in your mental health. It was actually, profound, because I didn't know that. So coming to know that eating junk every day affects your health, it affects you mentally, emotionally, it was really amazing. So how did it really impact your health as well, like mentally?
Yeah, it did. Because I think, how can I say, our hormones and how our mind functions, because it's all like how you feel, it's all hormones. If you're happy, it's what hormone is actually being produced in your body,
yes,
and then
yes.
if your side is what hormones are actually produced in your body, and then food is literally the only thing that we put in our body.
Yes,
So actually the type
yes,
of
yes.
food that you put in your stomach, in your gut, and how your gut is feeling is how you're gonna be feeling. So for example, if
true,
you're eating
it's true.
like processed food, or you're eating
Yeah.
fast food, that means that your metabolism is just like bad, your guts is bad, even though that
Yeah.
sometimes you feel like people that eat junk food, but they have like, what they call it, like just 6 packs and everything, but that doesn't mean that you have actually good metabolism, or you actually have a good
Yeah.
gut.
It's true.
It's the only that's the gas, that's the engine, like it's our gut and our stomach. So if you want to actually have a whole positive functioning body, then you should be very careful what you put. So yeah, I believe 100% that fast food is just because I think I had the time where I was not really feeling that great, and I would be like, you know, that mood where you feel like all you want to do is sit, like sleep in your bed and just binge watch something, and then just like
Yeah.
eat fast food, and you'll be thinking that you're gonna feel good, but it doesn't. It just feels worse.
It's true.
So I feel like after I removed a lot of fast food from my
diet.
yeah, it really did help, because now I can tell that I can see the difference in my body. I can also see the difference in my mood, and it's you don't feel like there is this cloud that is roaming around in your, like, oh, sometimes you are really moody, sometimes you're really sad. Now at least if I'm actually sad, I know exactly why, and if I'm actually happy, I know exactly I'm happy. I feel like at the time when I was eating a lot of fast food, it would just be like, what's going on with me? You don't really know what's going
Yeah,
on,
it's
because
true.
you
You cannot
cannot
really
point out
pinpoint
why
exactly,
actually
yeah.
you're feeling that way.
It's true.
But I think at first I was like, you can't really all love and then just keep eating healthy food, but there is actually a lot of non-boring, very nice, very delicious
Healthy
food. Actually, one podcaster said, actually it's one doctor, he said like, all we can do is just go back to what our grandma used to say, what
Is
our
it
grandma
in your
used to
diet?
cook. Those food, like that food was not bad, it was really
It
nice.
wasn't, yes, it
So if you just go back to your roots and then actually pick, I don't know, a traditional meal from your
Yes.
that actually is well, like home cooked and everything, and you pick the ingredient yourself, then you're good. It doesn't have to be healthy like the whole keto
Yeah.
diets and stuff. No.
Okay, so you're not following any, of these extreme diets like keto, carnivore. Okay.
Because our body is, I'm no doctor, but I think it's just like common sense. Like our body needs the balance. Too good to the perfect is not good. Like you all have a body that all you eat is veggies and all you eat is meat, and like you need to have a balance. For example, for the
Exactly,
people there's like, oh, you should be keto, you should be
carnivore,
vegetarian.
you should be vegetarian.
No, because like I feel
You
like
need
God
all the
created,
nutrients,
I
you
feel like
need-
God created the meat, chicken, and fish, and then the veggies for all of it to be
us,
consumed.
yes.
You're not gonna come to me and be like, oh, all I'm gonna eat is veggies. So the other people that were way before us, and they had actually a healthy life, and they used to live for 100 years. What, they didn't understand better, and then now we all of a sudden we understand better, and then we want to eat is veggies? No, I mean you can eat veggies, but I feel like we need the other, like you need the
Yes,
eggs, you need the
exactly.
fish, you need
the
everything.
protein, you need
Yeah.
everything. Wow. Okay. So, how? I mean, you said you started cooking for yourself now.
Yes.
How does it feel?
Actually, it's good.
Because I think I was Suleiman Hujam. I don't know if you know him in Nest Fitness. He was like, if you if you are a health enthusiast, you also have to love the kitchen. You have to be friends with the kitchen. So how does it feel?
So before, I used to find it very heavy that I have to come back from work and still stand up in the kitchen and cook.
Yeah.
But for some reason now that you kind of put yourself, it's kind of self-love as well. Because if you really love your body that much,
Yeah.
you want to give it the best thing that.
Exactly.
So if you don't feel like you have enough time to cook for yourself, I feel like you're lacking on that aspect of self-love, because
true.
you just want to order whatever from outside and you're just gonna eat it and you're
just-
fine with it. So when I start to prioritize the cooking, and then I really want to put in my body like something that I am very satisfied with,
Yes, and you're happy with
for some reason I found the time and I found the energy for it, and it's no longer a heavy task.
Wow.
So I would just do it and I will be fine. Before, I remember I think last week I was cooking something like it was a home, like American dish.
Okay.
And then I told my friend, oh Lord,
Really,
before
what's
I
the
used to
name?
think, like we call it marqa, which is like any veggies and either like with meat or with chicken. So
Okay.
we cook it our way and then you eat it with bread.
Okay.
So I was eating it with like a whole wheat bread.
Okay.
So I remember I called my friend. I was like, I used to think that if I want to cook this dish, it would take me hours. But when I actually came and cook it, it didn't really take that long. So because in your mind, you don't want to, like, you feel like you don't have the energy for
Yeah.
it. You just be making a bunch of excuses why you don't want to cook
Exactly.
it. But the minute that you actually like, this is what I want to do, and this is why, you actually find the motivation to do it. And then I actually like came straight from work. I don't think I even sat down, and I went straight to the kitchen and I started cooking it. So my journey with cooking now, it's way better, and I'm trying to find like new meals to eat.
Okay.
It's like I don't want to be repeating the same stuff
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
And I'm like, there are days where I don't feel like standing up in the kitchen for that long. So I'm like, I want something quick, but yet it's gonna give me the benefits that I need.
Yeah.
So I think now everything is very available in the internet. You can find a bunch of meals. So for me, I'll just be going on social media and just saving
The new
meals.
meal that you can
Yeah,
prepare that is
exactly.
fast, that
Yeah.
is easier. I think Volkan, I don't know if you know Volkan, he was also here and he talked about health, and he was like, I don't know why people treat their dogs so, they treat them so well, more than their bodies. But he was like, it's time to shift. I mean, it's okay to love your dog. Pets are our friends.
I have a dog. Yeah.
You're supposed to take care of them, but your body is something that you need. You use it every day. I mean, we use our cars, we take care of them, we take them for service, and they serve us very well. So how much more your body that you use, you go to work,
completely correct.
so you have to take care of it much more. So it's good that there's a transition from how you were and now
Yeah,
that
and I'm
you're taking care of
happy
yourself.
with it, because I remember very well, like I was calling my mom the other day,
Okay.
because I made her a promise before I left home. I was
Okay.
like, she's like, you need to really start cooking more. I was like, I promise, like I will.
You will.
And then I think she thought that it's just like any other time that I'm gonna go, and then
You
she's like,
say
what
it
did you
and-
cook? And I'm like, oh, I ordered. But this time she was like, I told her like, Mom, you should congratulate me. Like I haven't
I
really
have done
like
it.
ordered in a long time.
Okay.
Just like that's really good. So I am kind of like proud of myself to the
Okay.
fact that I actually went from zero cooking, that I cooked once in God knows when, into actually cooking every day. And then
Wow.
like I will not find it as a hard task or a hard, like very demanding task. It was just like easy.
Wow.
So I'm very proud of myself for that.
Wow, I'm happy for you.
Thank
Okay, so what do you think? Is it that because when you have someone that is, let's say you make a promise to someone, you are bound to doing that. So do you think your mom could have played a role in?
No, my
It's
mom did
your
not. Yeah,
decision.
it was because I left home many times and I made a lot of promises and I didn't
couldn't keep them?
No, I think this time I made a promise to myself, because I was like, I really cannot keep doing the same thing.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, because when I went home, I went to this therapist that I told you for my bloating.
Okay.
And then I spent a lot of money from my own on that massages and the treatments that she did. I'm not gonna let that go to waste. So I better go back home and actually
do the
cook
right thing.
and then eat good food, because if I want to see results, it's
Yeah.
not gonna be from. Because sometimes we lie to ourselves and be like, oh, if you're just gonna go exercise and exercise really hard, then you're just gonna lose all the calories.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
it doesn't work, because if you eat just in a very small meal, like let's say just like fast food, you have like more than 1,000 calories. The human body cannot actually lose that 1,000 calories. Like we don't have the strength for it. We're very weak. By the time that you're gonna reach to half of that calories, you're already gonna be dying in the gym.
It's true.
So let's be realistic and just like eat calories that's gonna serve you. At least like if you're gonna eat a lot, at least you should be healthy. It should be veggies. It should be
Yes,
something
yeah.
that it's not just like oil and fat
and
yeah.
sugars and all that.
Yeah, so I think it was a promise to myself, and I think when you give yourself a promise and then you keep it just
This satisfaction.
Exactly,
This,
but like, okay.
It's an accomplishment that you're happy with.
yes. There are a lot of promises that I told myself that I still didn't keep, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So how about I really want to find out what you think about the epidemic of, should I call it fat epidemic, obesity?
Yeah.
What do you think is the cause? Do you think it's, mental? Do you think it's people that are just locked in their social media space, they don't want to come out? What do you think?
You mean like you're talking about fat people that
Yes.
and they have no problem with it? Or that they have a problem with it?
I mean, it's the cause of so many chronic diseases right now. So, what do you think could be the real cause, and how can they come out of it?
I think I encountered two types of people when it comes to like people that are fat. Okay. So you have people that are fat and they know that it's actually a problem, and they want to do something about it.
Okay.
But maybe they are not. They lack the motivation. They lack that one step that they should do to actually, make a change.
Okay.
And there are people that are fat. And I'm sorry, they don't have really no problem with it.
And I think the other thing is because I've watched, is it Pageants?
Yeah.
And they're, at first they only used to, allow slim people, but now they're encouraging fat people. So
Which I don't really understand. Like, I'm sorry, there is no such thing as, what they call it? Fat shaming, or all sizes are
acceptable.
Like, come on, no. All sizes are acceptable. If you're selling it to someone that is really fat, that they're overweight, that they can't even do their own shoes, you tell them that okay, it's fine.
It's okay.
Then you're telling them, you know what? It's fine to have actually cancer. It's good. It's a disease. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like we're not fat shaming. It's you reach a point when you're out fat that it just all you're gonna get afterwards is just illnesses.
It's true.
So,
I mean,
like the battery in
illnesses,
life is just gonna keep decreasing, and then every time that you're not making any change about it, or you're not doing anything to fix it, you're just telling yourself like, you know what, alive or dead, I'm okay. But no,
it's not okay.
I'm sorry, like we're not asking two people to be all supermodels.
Yeah.
But at least be fit.
Exactly.
For me, I feel like there are certain people that, for example, you find them that they are really fat because of, as you said, mental health. Like they find themselves like binge watching and just eating a bunch of shit, and before they realize it, they find themselves like they add a couple pounds. And then we're not gonna lie, after adding a lot of weight, it is really hard to go back because there are certain people that they go to the gym and they don't see a result in the first 2 weeks, and then they were like, oh shit, there is no point, so let me just go back, and then it's fine. Or they find it's really hard, like they don't really have that energy or like the mental strength to actually keep going to the gym and keep pursuing it, and then hopefully one day you're gonna see something. Or there are people that they be like, they cannot just cut what they usually eat, and then the cravings, and so their desire is what mostly lead in their life. So if they want to eat ice cream, they're gonna eat ice cream. If they want to eat pizza, they're gonna eat pizza with no regards of what the consequences might be. So when it comes to health, I can understand. But I'm sorry, everyone has that moment when they look at themselves in the mirror and we're like, are you really happy with who you are? Like, are you really happy with how you look?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to look at how you look, and then you're going to be in settings and all of that and be like, why are people looking at me in a way? Or you don't feel comfortable, or
it doesn't make sense.
If it's not making you comfortable, you should do something about it.
Exactly.
And just don't keep going around and blaming people who's actually looking at you in a weird way.
Yeah, and you just reach a point to say, I accept the way I am. I mean, it's not right. Because it's like, I mean, how do I put it? You are dying every single day. And I remember
there are a lot of people that are actually really young. I'm sorry to cut you. And then because of our obesity, like, they don't really know the danger of it, and then with high cholesterol and stuff, or high blood pressure, and then all of a sudden they get like a heart attack, or
and it's just sudden. I mean,
while you could have actually done something about it,
prevented it.
Yeah, we're not talking about this is as a kind of not someone that is disabled.
those people like they have nothing to do about it.
Yes,
But
yes.
your case, you can do something about it.
Yes, exactly.
So it's gonna take a little sacrifice. It's gonna be hard,
Yes.
but you're gonna be satisfied with yourself later on and be like,
It's true.
okay. I don't know. For me, I mean, the whole body positivity and I'm fine. I'm fat. It's fine. And I think I even saw a poster of how Calvin Klein ads used to be and how Calvin Klein now are. And I'm like, what the hell is this? It's like, what are we motivating? So for people, just eat whatever rubbish they want to eat, and then you're fine with it. If you're fat, then fine. We accept you. If you're slim, we're fine. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your health. At the end of the day, you're the one who's going to be suffering the chronic diseases. And I mean, when you're in the hospital and paying all
We're not
these
talking about
bills-
people that actually like have medical conditions.
No,
Where they end
no.
up the way that they are,
No.
and then it's really hard for them to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about people that they see themselves going that slippery slope,
Route,
and
yes.
yet they're just turning wide eye on, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, it's not something that I want to deal with now. I think the sooner that you deal with it, the better, because at
better.
least losing couple pounds, like 100 pounds, is not losing 200 or 300. Like, it's irreversible. You can still do it.
You can. It's true, you can. Okay, so I think we should be rounding up now.
Okay.
Okay, so how is it with you? How do you think starting early is better? Do you think it's best someone starts their fitness journey as early as possible so that
I think for people that are in their 20s, I think gym should be something that it's included in their routine. Maybe not daily routine, and maybe not the gym exactly, like specifically the gym, but any type of exercise. You should in your 20s have some sort of exercise in your life, because
we are, because the minute that you're gonna turn 30, for example, for women, 30, 40 for example, there are women that hit menopause, and your body just changes and stuff. But at least if you had a base for it, then when you're gonna hit that age, you'll be like, okay, it's not really that bad. And because if you wait until you're actually at that age where you feel like, oh God, like I'm really struggling, I don't feel as light, I don't feel as fit, and maybe I should hit the gym, you'll have other priorities in life. You'll be maybe
true.
married, you will have kids,
Yeah,
you
you
have
have
that,
kids, so
and
many
then you'll find it really
responsibilities.
hard to integrate it in your routine.
your lifestyle.
While you actually, if you started young, I mean, in your 20s, it will be already a norm, and it won't be
Yeah.
something like you have to now think about where you're gonna put it in your
where to
schedule.
start from, and it's not
Exactly.
easy.
And
It's
just
not-
find anything that is gonna work best with your lifestyle. So if running is what you like, go
You
for a
do
run.
running.
If walking is what you like, go. If it's swimming, actually, there are people that really like to go
Yeah,
to swim. Then
you
do
can
that.
swim.
But any type of exercise, like just riding a bicycle every weekend, that's the type of exercise.
Yeah.
So we're not saying that, oh, you have to be a gym rat for you to have a life that is like, no, but any kind of exercise
Yeah.
is good.
It's
So the younger that you start,
the better.
yeah, and then you're gonna see the results, and you're just gonna be happier, I guess. You're gonna live happier.
It's true.
At least for me.
I think I was listening to one doctor. I don't know if you've heard Dr. Peter Attia. He does podcasts, and he was like, I think it should start as early as kindergarten.
Well, yeah.
He was like, children now are encouraged to sit down while they're in class. He was like, no, I wouldn't like that. For me, it's best they're standing, because that's exercise, because you're training kids to, as they are sitting, their mindset, everything is sitting. Their mind is sitting, everything. So it's best for them to stand, because when they're standing, it's a form of exercise.
Yeah.
So he was like, as early as, as young.
Yeah.
So exercise, actually, I think it should be as early as one can be. If you can start as a child and grow up with it, if it could be a hobby, if it's swimming, if it's running, the way you say. So how about Morocco when it comes to ladies? What do you think of their, fitness? Do you think, because Africa, I know your kind of Africa is not really my kind of Africa. I think Morocco is way more developed in terms of information, in terms of knowledge and all that, because my kind of Africa, I mean, a lady to be in the gym, it's really, but how is it in Morocco?
I mean, I think we are. I think fitness is something that is normal. It's normal for women to go to the gym. It's normal for. I think we also have the culture of, like, for example, for men or for guys, is like the football and everything.
Yeah.
So we have stadiums everywhere. We have courts everywhere where kids and then young people just go for sports. For women,
so
we
in
have.
Morocco, do you really take fitness seriously?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember, like, at least for my mom, before I actually came to Cyprus, me and her used to go to a gym, but it was a gym
Really?
mainly for women. So
Okay.
it was not a mixed gym.
Wow.
And then it was like an aerobic class.
Okay.
So we have that. We have in every district, there is a gym somewhere
Wow.
where people actually go. There is, I think, because of our religion, so not all of them are actually mixed. There are ones where for women that wear hijabs and stuff, so that they can be very comfortable in their
Is
working out.
Muslim? I mean, is the Muslim the only religion in Morocco?
I mean, that's the main religion.
Okay, the main.
So we have a lot of, I think every district, it has a gym somewhere. So people really, like my sister, for example, goes to the gym.
Okay.
And my mom used to go to the gym. My mom even thinking about going back to the gym, even though that my mom is like almost 60 now.
Wow.
So
I mean, the gym is for everyone.
exactly. So we do have that culture. Like, I think growing up with that actually also helped. Because I remember when you said something about I started as young, because I feel like muscles do have a memory. And then your body does remember. For example, the whole taekwondo journey, the whole track.
That's true.
I still have traces of that until today.
Wow.
So
That's true.
So like, if you actually have your, that's even like for people that like teenagers or like primary school, like if you really have that consistency in your training, whatever it is that you do, your body later is still gonna, remember that. Like if you will go back,
yes.
it will still feel like it was just like a couple days ago that you've been doing that.
It's true. Because I remember when I was younger, my uncle used to, lift weights. And at some point, he also brought me in. I started lifting some weights. And I saw my muscles, growing.
Yeah.
And when I, just like you said earlier, at some point you stopped. You had to focus on your education, on your academics. I also did the same. I forgot about fitness. I just focused on my academics. But when I came to NES, the environment kind of changed me, and I also started incorporating some fitness kind of lifestyle. And I saw my muscles growing back, and it's like they went back again to being bigger.
Yeah,
So
because
it's good.
I have a friend that is a coach, but like
Okay.
in Morocco.
Okay.
And then he saw me when I was around home because I didn't really train, and it was Ramadan. I was fasting and stuff.
Okay.
And then when I started going back to the gym, and then we had a video call, and he was like, that your actually body like looks like it's getting better because, and it was fast because it didn't really take me long to actually start to see some of the changes. Because it wasn't long that I actually was in the gym. Especially if you have it every day. It, as I said, like it's a routine. You know what I mean? Your mind is already trained. Like they already know the pattern. They already know the way. So it's not really that hard to go back in track and just see the results. But again, consistency.
Okay, so how do you see your fitness journey from now?
I mean, for now, I think before I used to focus more on like maybe a bit of not musculation, but mostly like toning my body.
Okay.
And then now I think I'm more focused on cardio.
Okay.
And I was actually thinking maybe I will start doing Pilates in NES. So that's something. I mean, I saw videos and I saw that it's really hard. So I'm mentally trying to prepare myself for that first.
Okay. What do you is Pilates for posture? What does it really
It's
focus
for posture, and also it trains directly the muscles.
on? Oh, really?
So it really strengthens the
Okay.
muscles. You can get easy, like you can tone your body easier during like using Pilates and actually like maybe lifting weights. Lifting weights is more for maybe bulking and stuff.
Okay.
But I feel like Pilates, I saw people's journey from before and after. Pilates has targeted directly the muscle, and it's really hard. Like you need to have like balance. You have to be very flexible, and you need to have like your muscle has to be strong. It's not just about like it's there. It should be very strong.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I was
thinking maybe I'll do. If you notice, used to do kickboxing before.
Yes, I've seen
And
you.
that was just a form of releasing stress.
Okay.
So I wasn't doing it for I want to defend myself or
Yeah,
nothing,
yeah.
but it was just like it was a good workout.
Was it really working when it really does work?
Yeah, it really does work.
Wow.
Believe me, when you have stress at work and you feel like punching people, and then you go to the kickboxing and you punch, you feel way better. So no, kickboxing really helped.
Okay.
So I'm now thinking, should I go back to the kickboxing? Should I start a new stuff, which is like Pilates?
I think it's good to try new things.
Yeah, I was even thinking that there is this Zumba, I think, class
Yes,
that they
all
have.
the
So it's like, oh, it's fun and stuff.
yes.
Maybe I should do that.
Okay.
So I want to
really
add some.
tried everything.
I am someone that likes to explore.
Okay.
So I think I might try something else. I think maybe I was thinking like let me go back to my old self like before 2 months that I was maybe a bit light.
Okay.
Then I can add another exercise.
Okay.
So maybe my body can then will be easy for me.
Yeah.
So for now it's just like cardio and stuff, but I don't think I would ever want to stop gym. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, for me
It has now become a part of you.
yeah.
Wow.
I remember very well, like, I had a conversation with a friend and I was like, I am lucky for the gym,
Wow.
honestly, because I don't think how my life would have been without it. People, like, even if I sit here and explain for God knows how long, I don't think no one knows exactly how it made me feel.
Wow.
So the impact of gym in my life has been huge.
It has.
So just like like for me, it was like going into a zone. Like I'll just put my headset on. I'm wearing.
I mean, I see you in the gym.
and just go. Like I already know. Okay, this is the workout that I'm gonna do. This is the
Yeah.
part that I'm gonna work out. And then just pushing yourself, because there are a lot of stuff that I was doing at the gym that maybe 2 years ago, if you told me, I'll be like, hell no, I'm not gonna do those. I'm not gonna be lifting. I wasn't thinking that would be me at the gym, but for some reason I found joy in it. So gym has been an outlet that I will be forever grateful for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to round up, what are your principles in life? Maybe just two.
Principles
Yes.
in life in general.
Yes, in life in general. Oh, it could be, one of them could be fitness related.
I think discipline.
Okay.
Because I feel like for anyone that is going to the gym, it shouldn't be depending on how you feel.
Yeah.
You should just go,
that's true.
regardless of how you feel.
That's true. I mean, with work,
Yes.
we go
Exactly.
regardless
I had
of how you
some
feel.
bad days. I had like some. I used to work 2 jobs, and I would be flying. Like I would be in Istanbul the day before.
Wow.
And then I'll come back, which I almost like had no sleep, and then I'll go to work, and then in the lunch break you'll find me in the gym. Even though that like people will be like, why the hell are you going to the gym? You're tired. But for me, going to that gym between me and myself, that says something. So I think discipline, regardless of how you feel, regardless if you're motivated or not motivated, you should have discipline in your life,
That's true.
one way or another. But at the same time, don't be too hard on yourself, because you don't want to push yourself over the edge that there was no coming back. So discipline, I think, I would like to think in one aspect of my life as the gym, I'm very disciplined when it comes to that. And then principle, I think integrity.
Okay.
You're never gonna, like, for example, as I'm speaking to you right now, you're not gonna go and talk to someone else and then they know me and then they will give you another version of me. Does that make sense? So it's just me, or maybe authentic, that's the word.
Yeah.
I'm just me wherever the hell
Yes,
I go.
you're just-
So you're not gonna find different versions of Maya. Most of the time, if I tell you something, or this is how I feel about something, or this is how I view something, if you go and ask somewhere else about, oh, what did she say? The same thing. So
Exactly.
I like to think that I'm someone that carry my heart on my sleeves. Like I don't have anything to hide. I'm just very transparent, very authentic, I think. And I think why I really like that principle, because I am someone that believes that karma is a bitch. So as long as I am being transparent, as long as being authentic, I'm not fooling anyone. I'm not lying to anyone. That comes like a lot of stuff comes with that. So you shouldn't lie. You shouldn't betray people. You shouldn't cheat people. You shouldn't. And I feel like as long as I'm living that, first of all, I am being happy with myself and when I put my head on the pillow at night, I'm very satisfied and at peace.
Yeah.
So for me, I can't be around people that are not really authentic, or I feel like they have a fishy, vibe. No, I'm like, no. And I'm someone that don't like drama. So
Okay.
I think discipline, authentic, integrity, those are. I
Okay,
wouldn't
your
do something
principles.
just for the sake of doing it unless like I really do believe in it. So
Okay. Do you use any, let me say, technology in for
For the gym?
fitness? Yes, in the gym.
I mean, I just like watch stuff on maybe IG, and then I have a couple of people that I'm following,
Okay.
and then I'll see like maybe their results and then the transformation, and I feel
Yeah.
like their workout more. I can adapt them in my routine than I do, but I don't have apps. I feel like there is no need. There is plenty of content on
Yeah,
social media
it's true.
that you can just like follow people's. I didn't know, like YouTube videos, Instagram and stuff, and then you will just get plenty of either workouts, routines. So yeah.
Okay, so any advice out there for the viewers in terms of fitness?
I mean, for anyone that really just want to start the gym, just start with anything,
With anything?
and then believe in baby steps, and just do you and do what makes you happy. So if you think that you're gonna reach to your goal of fitness or of being athletic or being really, a
Yeah.
different way than anyone else, then just do it. As long as you do believe in it and you find happiness in it, then do it.
Do it.
That's it. That's all I can say.
Okay, Maya, thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you
so
for the
grateful.
invite.
And then I
And it
really
was a lovely
enjoyed-
conversation.
Yes, I really enjoyed it actually. I mean, it came from your heart, and
Thank you.
you've really, inspired so many people out there.
Thank you.
I'm sure if they could see you in the gym, they'll really be amazed, because every time I watch you, it's really inspiring.
Thank you.
I think I was not exercising until I saw you.
Really?
Until I mean, I had all the equipment around and everything, and actually for me, because I'm working there,
Yeah.
it's free. So I mean, I was like, wow, look at this. You've been there and you do your thing, and I was really encouraged. I was like, okay, she's doing this. Let me also try it. And then that's how I, started.
That's nice to hear.
It is. I was really inspired. So I hope you've also gotten the inspiration that you need. If you want to start your fitness journey, it's not too late. You can start this very minute, this very moment, and it's really an enjoyable journey. You're not only going to, enjoy the whole thing. It's also something that will help you in your future, because you're going to preserve yourself from, chronic diseases and all kinds of things that are out there. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed, Maya, and we hope to have you again.
I hope
if
so
it's
too. I'm
okay.
already enjoying the podcast, so yeah.
Okay.
Maybe if
so-
another topic, I would gladly come again.
You got okay. So thank you so much for listening, and please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. And please drop your comments in the description below. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you.